Taking a look back to last season, and I know kind of didn't end the way that you wanted to, but when you look back, what's your biggest takeaways that you kind of have?
The biggest thing is I thought we finished well. We had opportunities to win a couple more games, here or there, and probably should have won those games, but it's football. And being in a position to win was big, and making the playoffs was one of the goals, and our game against Millard West was probably one of the highlights. And obviously, we didn't finish the way we wanted to, but Westside's a pretty darn good football team, so we've got something to build on.
I'm proud that we worked together as a team, and we were pretty young at the starting line positions. We had 5 juniors at one point starting on the offensive line, and I'm glad they're returning and going to help us out next year.
Looking at what you're returning, got some good size coming back, some promising underclassmen. We'll start with Jett, Janssen. What does he kind of bring to the team for you?
Well, Jett was starting the offensive line for us and probably could have started a defensive end as well, but we tried to platoon a little bit, and we had some great defensive ends. So we used him primarily on offense. Great player, great hips, good size. He's going to get bigger. He's going to get faster. He brings a lot to the game that way with his leadership, and he's not afraid to work. So that's what it boils down to in games. I mean, if we had trouble blocking a linebacker, Jett was the one that came to me and said, "I'll get him, coach." So, that's a nice problem to have.
You're 6'5", 225, big athlete. You could play on either side of the football. Are you primarily going to be offensive lineman as a senior?
I would like to be, yeah. But I think I'm going to go both ways as a senior.
It's still early, but we've had a number of coaches that his name's out there now, and people are going to take a look at him, and they'll see his film, and I think that's his goal. He's decided he wants to play college football, so the door's open.
Okay. Now, you got a promising rising junior in Quentin Adams. What did you see out of him on varsity last year, and what are you really looking forward to seeing this coming season?
Quentin has a great work ethic. He just, every day he comes, he wants to get better. He wants to do the little things. He listens. He's intent. He's a very intelligent football player. I think there's a huge upside for him. He works his tail off in the weight room. He's strong. He's a track person as well, plays basketball, so he's a well-rounded athlete. So I think there's a huge upside to him.
Well, especially playing under the Selland brothers, I guess I just learned kind of how to, they really taught me how to move downhill all the time, and I think that really helped me at play. So.
Couple of physical guys to learn quite a bit from. Now you're 6'4", 195 right now, or kind of what you play football at. I know maybe a little under that during basketball season, but I mean, how do you see yourself kind of continuing to grow? Are you getting taller, or are you just now working on filling out?
I really want to fill out a little bit. I just want to get faster, bigger, and stronger, so fill out mostly. I don't think I have too much more height to gain, so.
Yeah, I mean, he's 6'4" now. I mean, he could easily be 230. I mean, he's one of those kids that can put that weight on, you wouldn't see it. He's got good speeds, good lateral movement, and offense. He can play in the backfield. He can play a fullback, an I-back. He can play tight end. So he brings a lot of versatility.
Well, I really enjoy playing linebacker. That's really fun. I like to hit people. On offense, yeah, I honestly think I can do pretty much anything. Wide receiver even. Please at once, but yeah, I like to think that I can do pretty much anything on offense.
And then you've got another guy, Austin
Snyder.
Tell me a little bit about what
plays quarterback. He's was a sophomore, played a lot of quarterback for us this year. He can play running back. He's going to be a good safety as well. So he's another kid, very intelligent, very strong, works hard. He played basketball until this year. He's a baseball player. He brings a lot to the table too. He's another kid that's very intelligent, makes good reads. So again, we're just going to have to figure out what's best for him on offense and defense.
You've sent some guys down to Lincoln, UNL here over the last couple of years. You see some of the similarities between the guys that are going to Lincoln and some of these guys?
The biggest thing is work ethic. I mean, with Reimers and with Chris Walker, those kids just bring their lunch pails. I mean, they work hard, and that's what it takes. I mean, once you get to that point, you understand, you know what, I have to outwork my opponents. I've got to get myself in a position to be the best I can be. That's the biggest attribute that we want these kids to have. Is if, when we're not working, somebody else is, it's going to be tough for us to beat them. But if we're working and they're not, it's going to give us a good advantage. So the work ethic thing is huge. and that's what they're passing on to these younger kids.
Okay, and then just to kind of wrap it up, Coach, you know, what's your early outlook on next season with what you're bringing back?
Our schedule is really going to be tough. I mean, it's always tough. You know, we've got Grand Island, we've got Millard West, you got Southeast, Southwest. So the biggest thing we want to do is be in position to win those games, and that was our goal this year, and we had opportunities. We just weren't able to finish. We had a lot of young kids. I think we have 5 offensive linemen back from last year, and a lot of young kids are going to have to step up and play big roles for us again next year. So if we can be in a position to be competitive, hopefully at the end of the game we'll see what happens.